Hello, everybody, and today we're going to be talking about, I think his name is Baxter Stockman, an episode from Ninja Turtles Season 1. Obviously know that, and basically it's about the Turtles get grounded because they were skateboarding in the lair and it angered Splinter. And so the Turtles are just like fed up of being grounded already, and so they decide to sneak out of the house, and then Donnie also gives Mikey a T-Pod, which is basically like an iPod, but with music. But just music. That's what iPods used to be back then, back in the day. And then, they lose it, and then after fighting a guy named Baxter Stockman who was trying to steal stuff, and he becomes a giant robot guy in a like a man in a robot body, like a giant suit basically. And the Turtles try to take him down. And their first attempt when fighting him, it goes well, but then the second time, and they get beat up, like, really badly. And then in the third time, they struggle a bit, and then, they defeat him. And that's basically the whole episode. This episode's more simple. It's, like, straightforward in the plot. I mean, there's no April in this episode. There's less characters in this one. Like, there's no Krang, Shredder, the Goons. It's just about the Turtles versus Baxter Stockman. And apparently Baxter Stockman's got quite the backstory. He got fired. I think it's like suggested like he was doing something wrong while working with the copier or something. And basically he's out for revenge all because he got fired from his job. But whenever I see Baxter's armor suit when using the Teapot, I always thought Baxter was like so powerful because he was able to defeat the Turtles. Because I remember playing the 2013 Ninja Turtles game, and the Baxter Stockman level was hard because he was like really powerful since you had to fight him while he was wearing his suit or something. And even watching this episode, it's like. You just see that Baxter has a bit tricks up his sleeve, even though he doesn't have much outside of the suit, which is why Splinter teaches them a good lesson of fight the man inside. Which is, I don't really get that lesson, but I can maybe see where he's coming from. But, And, Splinter shows his strict side in this episode, like he's being a father. The Turtles do something naughty, and then boom, they were grounded. And, they made a mess, and Leo's just like, ooh, we made a mess, let's just fix it. And Splinter's just like, nope, you're grounded. And, I'm surprised, like, Splinter didn't, like, take the TV away, because later in the show, in Season 3, they get grounded again for almost getting caught for, being on live TV. And, Splinter then takes their TV away and stuff, but in this episode they're just banned from the surface. And so this episode's nice. It has clever lines, like when Baxter's just like, "What? You guys are here?" and he goes, "You guys are gonna throw me in the dumpster." And Raps is just like, "Sounds good to me." Like it all fades into these colors of the Turtles, and Raph is just pushing it, and then goes, "Sounds good to me." Like I just said. And then, the Turtle. I just love the part where after the Turtles think they're about to win, but then they lose, and then they're thrown into the trash can themselves, and then they're just like, and then they run away, and then Mikey's just like, "The Stockman Pies, he always goes after me," and Raph is just like, "That's a stupid name." And then they're like all running away, and then Mikey just throws pizza at him. And the Turtles basically, later in the episode, when they confess to Splinter after getting really hurt, and then they basically take Baxter down by earlier in the episode, Leo gets himself stung by a bunch of bees, and then in the last moment, Mikey just throws a bunch of bees and just yells "bees," and then smashes it into Baxter's suit, and then Baxter's defeated and humiliated, and then thrown into the trash can, and they destroy the teapot. And the Turtles' eyes turn white as they stare. That's a good shot. And Splinter does unground him, but in this picture he he's about to slap them with the sword, which he also did earlier in the episode. Like, they have a running gag a lot of running gags in this episode. So yeah, I remember this episode the most. Like, this episode was fun and stuff. It's not like the best episode in the show, but like, I like it. Like, it's definitely fun, as I said, and I definitely recommend it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.